is Ella, and this is Ella Nation. Today I'm going to be talking about some weird / awkward mall experiences I've experienced. Some of these are my sister's stories, so I will let her tell those. Well, I'll call her in and have her tell those, and yeah. But one thing I did notice when I was talking about these stories to my sister, because video ideas need to come out so they sound good when I talk about it. But I noticed that they were all at the same exact mall, so keep that in mind. Maybe the mall's just janky, but whatever. So let's get into the first story. This story takes place at a store I really liked, and I was at the mall with two of my cousins, Anna and Britt, and they have a YouTube channel, Minnesota Twins, my sister, who also has a YouTube channel, and then my grandma and my aunt, who is Anna and Britt's mother. And so I wanted to go into this store, and my cousins did too, but they were at a different store. They were at, I don't know what store. But I had shopped at this store before. I'd never gotten anything weird about this one employee. Like, she usually just, you know, like, did her thing, I did my thing, and yeah, I left. Like, it was never, we never really interacted before this. So I was in a corner of the store looking at their sale thing. It's a jewelry type store. But yes, so I was at this store, and this girl, I had noticed she was kind of looking at me when I walked into this store. I don't know what this was about or anything, but yeah, she had been looking at me before I came in the store. And so this was kind of weirding me out. I wasn't concerned too much about it because people look at you, that's okay. And yeah, so maybe she is just like, you know, when you like are in a deep thought and you're just staring, maybe that's what happened. And I was thinking that, and then she started walking over to my general area, and that was like, okay, maybe she's just, I don't know, I was trying to make up excuses not to psych myself out. And then she like, okay, so here's like a rack thing. I'm over here, I'm over here, and she's over here. This is the end of the rack. And she like peers around the rack and like smiles at me like really creepy. She's like, and then I kind of get really weirded out. So I like, after she does that, I'm pretending not to see her at all. I'm just like looking at jewelry and stuff, trying not to see her, but I can see her out of my peripheral vision. How many times am I gonna say peripheral vision in a video? I'm pretty sure I said it last video too. But so she was doing that, and I was like kind of weirded out. So I just turn around, not to her, I turn completely around. I'm facing this way, I face that way now, and walk to a different section of the store. And there are other people in this section, and she doesn't bother me while other people are over there. But as soon as those people leave, she's back at it again. She's like coming over to me. She never says anything to me. She's just looking at me like, sorry about that. My mom was calling me. But what was that? Oh yeah. So after those people had left, she just kept staring me down, and it was kind of annoying, kind of getting on my nerves at this point. I wasn't thinking like she was trying to stalk me or anything like that. I was just kind of getting annoyed. I'm not those type of people to be like, oh my god, you're kind of stalking me, or things like that. Unless it's happened to me before with that person, I'm not going to be like, oh my god, you're stalking me. But my shoulder caught me up. My collar keeps getting things. Okay. So creepy. But so she was doing that. I was kind of getting annoyed, so I was like, you know what? I had a couple things in my hand, and I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna bother buying these things. I'm just gonna leave the store. So I put all my things back where they were supposed to go because I don't want to be weird and put them somewhere else because. But so I walk out of the store and I tell my aunt and my cousins, and they're like, oh my god, and like, and she was like, they're words. They were like, oh my god, she's probably checking you out. I'm like, oh my god, it's weird. And yeah, that's kind of the end of the story. So on to the next story. This one was when I was, how old was I? I was a lot younger in this video. In this story. It was when I first got my ears pierced. I have gotten my ears pierced like 5 times because they always close up and things like that. So yeah, my sister, no, I had gotten my ears pierced, and then my sister was going, and she was like ready to get her ears pierced. She's usually a complete about it. Like she doesn't like getting holes in her body. And so after that, our mom was like, you know what, you guys can get a pair of earrings or something from here, because then we would be excited about keeping our ears clean and stuff like that. And we noticed this girl was kind of like lurking around the store, like being weird and stuff. And she had been stealing stuff, apparently. We didn't know that. And then the cashier like starts acting like freakishly, like freaking out and things like that. And then like not security guards, you know, your normal security guard that has like the fake, I don't want to say fake because it's probably a real police badge and stuff, but like looks like a policeman but sort of not really, but like that type of person. Like, yeah, they can like kick you out of the mall and stuff, but they can't really arrest you. I guess they could, but this wasn't the normal thing, like the normal security guard. That's what I'm trying to say. It was two policemen, and there were these two girls, like, they were probably around, I want to say 16, probably a little older, because they looked pretty young. And then, like, they had both had to get, like, on the floor, like, you know, like, sitting on the floor with their hands behind their back. And they had gotten arrested right in front of me and my sister, so me and my sister were traumatized. Like, we had never seen anybody get arrested before. I'm pretty sure my sister was 5, I was 4. No, maybe she was 6, I was 5. I don't know. But yeah, we were pretty young, and we were like, this is like freaky. Like, is he gonna arrest everyone in the store? Because we didn't know what they were doing wrong because we didn't see it for ourselves. And so, and then here's the thing. That's not even the freaky part. The freaky part is when we go to check out, like, pay for our ears pierced, pay for the earrings that we're getting and stuff like that. She's like freaking checking every pocket, everything on us. Like, she's like, do you guys have anything in your pockets? Can I do a pat down? And she didn't ask to do a pat down. I'm kind of over exaggerating at this point, but it was kind of creepy for me because I was still little baby. What's the next story? This story was with me, my friend, and my friend's mom. So we had all this thought. I was having a sleepover with my friend, and she's like, hey, we should go to the mall. And I was like, good idea. And so we go to the mall. Everything's going well until we go to the food court. So I had passed, like, me and my friend, like, my friend and I and her mom were sitting at one table. And across the food court just happened to be one of our other friends. So me and her kept going back and forth to the two tables, talking to her mom about if we can do something with our friend over here. And she's like, we're talking, and of course, you know how the food courts, some food courts, like, have all, like, the thing, like, ours was all the way around, like, a big view of restaurants, and then in the middle was seating. So we kept passing restaurants, like, back and forth, and then one of the people with the trays and the free samples, and she, like, stops me, and, like, just me, my friend was behind me, she kept walking, I was the one who got stopped. She's like, you want to try a free sample? And, like, that's their job. I understand that. So I was like, okay. And I took it and I ate it in front of her because don't you eat it when you get it. And she could see that I didn't really like it because it was teriyaki chicken, I think. Yes, it's detailed. And I don't like teriyaki stuff. So, and it was like a Thai place or something like that. And she saw that I didn't like it. I was like, ooh, like, she saw that I did not like it. So I go throw away my thing, go talk to my friends, come back. She's like, do you want more? And I'm not going to say no because I'm not that type of person to be like, nope, I don't want your food. So I guess I take another bite and I don't know why I kept participating in this. Then when we walk back, guess what happened? She stops me again. And she's like, do you want more? And I was like, fine. Like, she could tell I'm getting aggravated at this point because I don't want more. But she was like trying to steal me. She was trying to give me a full meal. And it's kind of annoying. And she was doing one of two things. Giving away free food because she wanted her platter to be empty so she could go and check out of work or something. I don't know. So yeah, she was trying to feed me a full meal or whatever, or she just liked to see me disgusted. And I did not like that at all. And then at this point, so I had gone back between like 4 times now and eating 4 pieces of that. And at this point, I just had the most disgusting look on my face. I was like disgusted. Not because of the food, because of what she was doing. I guess the food had a good portion of that disgusted face. But I walked up to my friend. She's like, I was like, can we leave now? And she's like, why? I'm like, because I don't want to eat any more of those free samples. And like, I pointed directly at her, and she's like, okay. So what we decided to do is we picked up all of our stuff, we pulled it, we got it, and then we got it, and then we got it. No, we picked up all of our stuff and took it over next to their table, to our friend's table, so I didn't have to walk back and forth. And then this is where I wanted to slap someone. This girl comes directly over to my friend's table. And she's like, do you want any free samples? And she's like, no, not really. Why didn't I just say no, not really? I don't want any samples. And she comes over to my table. She's like, do any of you girls want free samples? Guess who accepts the free sample? Me. Don't like it. That's kind of the end of that story. She just stopped after that. I think I did something that made her stop. I'm trying to think. I think I said, no, I know what I did. But, okay, so I was at the free sample story, and I was at the part where she didn't want it. Yeah, so when I didn't want it anymore. So I think I took the free sample for her, grabbed a napkin, wrapped it up, and threw it in the trash. I'm like, I don't want any more free samples. And she kind of got the memo then, so she just left me alone. The next story, okay, I've told 3 stories. What's the next story? Back, and I remembered my story. Well, I didn't remember it. My sister remembered and reminded me. So my sister's actually not going to tell the story. I'm going to tell it for her. So it may not be in all detail. So my sister had gone to the mall with her friend for her friend's birthday. They do that every year. They go to Starbucks, they go to the mall, and like every year on her birthday. So this was kind of normal for them. And so my sister had just started dyeing her hair and dressing like all black and things like that. So she had one earbud in, and her friend, no, that's not what happened. Sorry, I think it was a different story that I'll tell a different time. But she was telling me the story, and she was like, so they were eating in the food court, and so this girl, like, you know those people who, like, well, we've probably all done this, like, we'll see something funny and they'll Snapchat it, like, Snapchat people and things like that. Like, of course you're gonna be, like, not trying to get their face or not trying to be obvious about it or anything. So this girl, I could have said an average StoryTime word, add acid, no, I'm kidding. But this girl said to her friend something. She was like whispering to her friend or whatever. My sister said she didn't know what she said or anything. But she pulls out her phone. She literally goes like this. Like, my sister said she was like being obvious that she was doing something on her phone. And she like immediately like goes like this. And like when my sister looks over at her, she kind of like sees that. And so she starts pretending to go. She's literally, okay, so like pretend you're looking from behind me. She's going like this. Oh, you can't see that. She's going like this. Like, you can obviously see she's not scrolling anything. So that's more of a short story, but like, she was just filming my sister. Either filming her or taking a bunch of pictures of her. One of the two. And they were like giggling back and forth and things like that. That was kind of a shorter story. But whatever, thank you guys for can't speak ever. That's not what I wanted to say either. But so yeah, that's a short story. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button. While you're down there, why don't you leave a like and a comment. Thank you guys so much, and yeah, bye.